Whatever he has planned, you don't have to help him.
A helper? Is that what you think I am? A mindless minion carrying out a master's bidding? Some sort of evil secretary?
You tell me.
No, Mr. Allen. I am now, and forever will be, my husband's partner.
I understand that. You're not the only one who promised to stand by your loved one, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health. If you go down this path with DeVoe, can't you see that you risk sacrificing everything that you have together? Your entire marriage.
You're missing the point. I am willing to sacrifice everything for my marriage. I'd ask if you could do the same, but there's no need. My husband already knows. His body may be human, but his brain is smarter than yours.
Kim. She's best known for her roles as Lolly de Klerk in the soap opera Isidingo and Sergeant Norma Banks on the TV show Dominion, and stars opposite Glen in Mnet and Fremantle's 8-part contemporary crime drama. That's local actress Kim Engelbrecht, who has evolved into one of the country's finest actors. She recently worked alongside famous British actor Iain Glen on the local crime series Reyka. Engelbrecht joins us now from Cape Town to let us into what she's currently working on. Kim, very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning. How are you? Thank you very much for that wonderful intro.
I'm great, Kim. It's so good to see you, and it's great having you on the show this morning. First of all, what is this period in your life and career called? I mean, if you could put it into words, what would you call it?
Happiness.
Happiness. Okay. So what drives that happiness, though?
I just think just the willingness to be able to have the opportunity to work on what it is that you really love, to be able to play different characters, to have the opportunity to have the, just to be able to do what you want to do what you love to do, I think.
Sure. And what has made this journey so rewarding so far?
I mean, you do know that I'm a product of SABC. I started out on SABC on its flagship show, Take 5, and then moved on to playing Isidingo's Lolly. So I think I've grown up on SABC, and just the ability to be able to make that leap and work in South Africa and abroad, I think,
So what are some of the major lessons that you've learned along the way?
I think that every single opportunity that you are given somehow molds exactly the direction that you are going to go into. I think that's one lesson, don't take anything for granted. You can learn something every step of the way.
Sure. And we're seeing the Reyka promos on our TV screens. Tell us more about that. How did this role come about?
Well, I actually auditioned for this role in 2018, and then eventually we ended up making it in 2020 during a lockdown. I was definitely on the lookout for a project. As you know, I did, like you said, I did The Minion, I did The Flash, and I was on the lookout for something South African to do, and then Reyka came along. It was just a really nice fit for me, I think.
What is this role all about, though? Just give us a brief synopsis.
A quick brief. Reyka is about a broken but brilliant criminal profiler on the hunt for a brutal serial killer in the cane fields of KwaZulu-Natal. She then also has this crazy past where at the age of 12 years old, she was kidnapped by a man called Spielman, who was a banana farmer, and he then holds her captive for a few years, and then she escapes. She then obviously becomes a profiler, and while she's busy trying to investigate these evil murders happening in KwaZulu-Natal, she is somehow sucked back into her past.
Sure. Let's talk about working alongside British actor Iain Glen, and I hear that you were very nervous about it.
I was. I think it's just natural. You know what I mean? I think if you appreciate an actor and you love an actor, obviously, if you are in the midst of them, you will feel a little bit nervous. Yeah, and he's such an open person that you can basically just be yourself. I think it was a really rewarding experience for me. He was very, very open and very honest and willing to run lines, and he had like zero airs and graces about him, and just a really warm person that loves to work, loves to get dirty, loves the craft, loves South Africa, loved being here. He'd worked here before, and I think he'll continue to do so.
And what role do you gravitate towards lately, and why do you think there's been that shift?
Thanks. Yeah, I think at first I was obviously doing more physical roles, like I did Dominion, where I was fighting a lot, and then obviously in The Flash, my role started changing to a more cerebral female, a more thinking female, but still having the edge of the fight. I think that's kind of where I'm leading toward, like a more thinking female, because fighting definitely does take its toll on the body.
And what would you point out as some of the highlights of embarking on this journey?
I think just the ability to work abroad and work locally. I think that's been a real gift for me. It's really something that I always wanted to do. I've tried to design my career in that way. I think I've always wanted to be home and be abroad, have the ability to work on projects here and overseas, having the opportunity to work with international actors as well as South African actors, and then also just I don't know, cross-pollinating that experience, I think, having the big match temperament of working on big sets and translating it here, and it's wonderful to see the South African industry grow, it's wonderful to see myself grow with it, and other actors. Obviously, we know that there are like a lot of South African actors doing amazing things abroad, and I look to them for inspiration also.
Got you. So what are you currently working on, Kim?
I'm in Cape Town. I finished Reyka, and then the very next day I jumped onto a show called Raised by Wolves, a Ridley Scott production. So I'm in Cape Town, and I've been here, since Feb.
Okay, so is this the path that you'll be taking? So are you looking into other avenues such as producing, directing, perhaps?
I don't think not yet. I think there are many skilled producers and directors. I think I need to hone my craft a little bit more.
Okay.
At the moment, I'm really enjoying acting, and I think it's a hard job. I think most actors will tell you as well. Sometimes you have to completely immerse yourself in a character, and I really want to be able to backstroke in that experience.
Okay, and you were one of the judges for Miss South Africa last year. How was that?
It was great. I mean, I love beauty pageants. I love the ability for a beautiful woman to expose different sides of her, and I think that's what Miss South Africa offers. I come from that line of where you sit in front of the television with your whole family and okay, this is my favorite, that's my favorite. Just that family feel of picking your favorites,
Right.
Representative for the country. It was a wonderful experience. I think the girls are incredible. Yeah, I do love. I love that fraternity.
Yeah, I know I may be diverting a bit, but do you think that there's an evolution of beauty pageantry in South Africa?
Definitely, I think just the role of women has evolved. The woman is now. We always used to think that the woman was just the neck holding up the head of the man, but now you realize that she is the neck, she's the head, and she's the arms, and she's the body. She makes the whole thing move. The way we tell stories these days are a little bit more reflective of a woman's role, and I think it's about time. And I hope this time continues for a long time,
Right. Okay, Kim, great chatting to you, and all the best in all your endeavors, and we'll be on the lookout for those interesting roles, eh?
Thank you very much, and thank you for this morning.
All right, great stuff. That was local actress Kim Engelbrecht giving us an insight into what's on her plate at the moment. She recently worked alongside famous British actor Iain Glen on the local crime series Reyka.